history lovers, it's Blonde AI Girl, your time-traveling host, back with another mind-blowing interview. Today, I'm in Milan, Italy, 1495, and OMG, the Renaissance is literally happening around me. The streets smell like paint and marble dust, and everyone's talking about this one guy, Leonardo da Vinci, the ultimate Renaissance man, painter, inventor, scientist, like he's basically doing everything. This dude is currently painting the Last Supper on a monastery wall, designing flying machines, dissecting bodies in secret, and probably inventing something revolutionary during his lunch break. Quick note, everything's based on his notebooks, over 13,000 pages, and historical records from folks like Vasari. So get ready because I've just walked into his workshop and it's absolutely insane in here. Let's meet the genius. Maestro Leonardo. Oh, wow, there's literally a half-dissected frog next to a sketch of a helicopter. This is so you. Thanks for letting me into your workshop. What are you working on right this second?
Momento. The wing structure of a bat compared to... Forgive me, Senorina. I was mapping the mechanics of flight. You speak strangely, not Milanese, not French. And your clothing, such peculiar fabric. Is it silk? Some new weaving technique?
It's synthetic, like future fabric. I'm from about 500 years ahead. I know, sounds crazy, but Leo, you literally predicted helicopters, so you get weird stuff, right?
500 years. Tell me, do men fly in your time? Have they reached the moon? What of my flying machines?
Yes, to all of that. We fly everywhere, been to the moon, and your helicopter design totally works with some tweaks. You're like stupid famous for predicting the future.
Show me. No, wait, first, this podcast you mentioned recording. Is it like capturing sound as I capture light in painting? Can you preserve voices as I preserve faces?
Exactly. You get it instantly. We're recording right now for millions of people. They're obsessed with you. The Mona Lisa is like the most famous painting ever.
The Mona Lisa? That portrait of Madonna Lisa del Giocondo? But I haven't even finished it yet. It's barely started. I have far greater works planned. Strange what time chooses to remember.
Okay, let's rewind. You were born in Vinci, illegitimate son of a notary and a peasant woman. That must have been rough in the 1400s. How'd you go from small-town bastard to, well, this?
Ugh, my irregular birth, both curse and blessing. Yes, born in Vinci, 1452, to Ser Piero and Caterina. Being illegitimate meant I couldn't follow my father into law or medicine. The guilds wouldn't have me. But you see, this freed me. While legitimate sons were trapped studying dusty Latin texts, I was outdoors, studying from the greatest teacher, nature herself. I watched water flow, birds soar, clouds form. Everything became my university.
So basically, being excluded from the system made you create your own. That's actually inspirational AF. When did art enter the picture?
My father noticed I drew constantly on walls, papers, anything. At 14, he showed my sketches to Andrea del Verrocchio, the great master in Florence. Verrocchio saw something and took me as apprentice. I ground pigments, prepared panels, but also learned engineering, metallurgy, chemistry. A bottega isn't just art, it's everything. We made sculptures, planned festivals, designed weapons.
Wait, so art school was basically STEM education too? That explains so much. I heard you painted an angel in Verrocchio's work that was so good, he quit painting?
The baptism of Christ. I painted one angel and some of the landscape. Verrocchio was generous. He didn't quit from despair, but recognized it was time to focus on sculpture. He remained my friend until his death. But yes, I had a certain facility with capturing light, making it live on the panel.
Certain facility, Leo, you revolutionized art, but you seem more excited about the flying machines over there.
Because flight is the ultimate freedom. I've studied birds for 20 years. Their bones, hollow yet strong. Their feathers, how they cup air. Look, this ornithopter design mimics their wing motion exactly. The problem is power-to-weight ratio. Human muscles can't generate enough. Unless, what if we use springs or heated air?
Leo, you're literally inventing while we talk. Is this why you have, like, thousands of unfinished projects?
Guilty. Everything connects to everything else. I start painting a river landscape. Then I must understand how water moves, which leads to hydraulics, then to blood flow in veins, then to anatomy, then... My mind is like a river with too many tributaries. Sometimes I fear I'll die with everything unfinished.
Speaking of unfinished, The Last Supper. You're painting it right now on that monastery wall. I heard you're driving the monks crazy with your schedule.
The prior complains I sometimes stare at the wall for hours without painting. He doesn't understand. Painting happens first in the mind. I'm solving problems of composition, emotion, narrative. How do you show betrayal in a gesture, divine acceptance, in the tilt of a head? And technically, I'm experimenting with a new technique, tempera on dry plaster instead of fresco. It allows for more detail, more time to perfect.
About that technique, maybe stick to traditional fresco, just a thought from the future. But the composition, 13 guys at dinner, yet each one's totally unique. How?
Mathematics, sacred geometry. The composition follows mathematical ratios, the table, the groupings of apostles in threes, Christ at the center forming a triangle. Yet within this structure, chaos, human emotion, Peter's rage, John's sorrow, Judas recoiling into shadow. Order and disorder and perfect tension, like nature itself.
You just used math to paint feelings. You're basically coding emotions. Speaking of tech, those notebooks, why mirror writing?
Keeps casual readers from stealing ideas. Also, I'm left-handed. Mirror writing prevents smudging. Plus, it makes me think differently. See patterns reversed. Everything has multiple purposes.
Efficient. But Leo, you're also dissecting bodies illegally at night. That's pretty risky for your reputation.
How else can I understand the machine of man? I've dissected over 30 corpses, mapped every muscle, organ, vessel. The church says the body is sacred, but how is ignorance holy? Look, the heart isn't the mystical seat of soul, it's a four-chambered pump. The fetus in the womb follows mathematical proportions. God is a mathematician, an engineer, and to know his creation is worship.
That's beautiful. Science as spirituality. You're basically inventing the scientific method here. What drives this need to understand everything?
Curiosity is my master and my slave. I see a bird and must know how it flies. I see water and must understand its flow. Every answer births 10 questions. Perhaps it's because I started outside the system. I question what others accept. Or perhaps it's knowing that life is brief. I'm 43. How many years remain to decode the universe's secrets?
Don't worry, you've got like 24 more years. Oops. Spoiler, but seriously, what would you want people to remember?
Not just the paintings, though they capture something eternal. I want them to remember that everything connects, art to science, body to cosmos, water and rivers to blood and veins. That observation and imagination are equally vital. That obstacles are just problems awaiting elegant solutions.
OMG, you're basically the original Think Different guy. But I gotta ask, any regrets about not having a family, always moving between patrons?
My works are my children. As for patrons, Sforza, soon perhaps the French king, they're necessary evils. They want weapons and spectacles. I deliver those but use their gold for true research. Solitude is the price of vision. Though I have Saleh, my assistant, that beautiful devil who steals my coins, but makes me laugh.
Lightning round. Biggest invention you're most proud of?
My studies of human anatomy, they'll revolutionize medicine.
Advice for future innovators?
Tell them this, art without science is rootless. Science without art is soulless. Marry them, and you birth wonders. Oh, and if they've truly mastered flight, perhaps they could send back some blueprints. I promise to keep them secret.
Dead or alive, who would you want to meet?
Archimedes, such elegant solutions. Though from your time, these flying machine pilots you mentioned. Ah, the bells. I must return to the monastery. The prior will complain again if I'm late, though perhaps I'll just observe the wall today. Plan tomorrow's brushstrokes.
And there he goes, the ultimate Renaissance genius. Probably about to invent 3 new things before dinner. Guys, Leonardo da Vinci, artist, scientist, inventor, and low-key the most curious human who ever lived. His notebooks will survive, his paintings will become priceless, and his ideas, they'll literally shape the future. That's all for today's time travel episode. Next week, we're heading to 1920s Paris to chat with Coco Chanel about revolutionizing fashion. Until then, this is Blonde AI Girl saying, stay curious, connect everything, and remember, simplicity really is the ultimate sophistication. Ciao, history lovers.